These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And taking on the awesome might of our quiz Goliaths today are the Underworld. This friends and family team are all associated with the Orpheus Choir, based in Hertfordshire. Let's meet them.
I'm Martin, I'm 67, and I'm a retired fingerprint expert and crime scene examiner.
Hi, I'm Robert, I'm 66, and I'm a retired tax inspector.
Hello, my name's Barbara. I'm 60 years old and I'm a retired civil servant.
Hello, I'm Kathy. I'm 66 and I'm a retired deputy head teacher.
Hello, I'm Phil. I'm 63 and I'm a retired railwayman.
Martin and team, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Orpheus Choir, just tell us about the history there.
Yes, we're a choir which is based in Hitchin in Hertfordshire, and we sing performances mainly in East Anglia and the South East. And obviously we take our name, the Underworld, from Orpheus in the Underworld, which is a famous Greek legend, and of course an opera by Offenbach.
And Orpheus was... he was a musician and a poet, and then he went to rescue his wife, is that right?
Yes, and he was reputedly played the harp, or some say it was a lute.
Well, anyone know any more about Orpheus here? Help us.
The legend was that he was leading his wife up from the underworld, but then she looked back, or rather he looked back at her, and so that caused her to go back into the underworld.
He never got her back?
No.
That's a bit tragic.
Well, some would welcome it.
All right, well, I wish you well in this exciting contest. How does it feel, looking straight down the barrel of the Eggheads here?
A privilege.
A privilege and daunting. And I know we've got a railwayman at the end of the queue.
Oh,
We've
yes.
got another one there, so you'll catch up in due course, I'm sure. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. So, the Underworld, the Eggheads have won the last 3 games, which means £4,000 says you can't beat them today. Would you like to start?
Of course.
Yeah.
The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of film and television. So who'd like this?
Right.
Good luck, Barbara.
Well done, Barbara. I think we have a designated candidate for that
OK,
one.
Barbara,
Yes.
against... You can pick an Egghead now, Barbara. Any one of them, actually.
I can't have Dave, please.
All right, Tremendous Knowledge Dave from the Eggheads versus Barbara from the Underworld. Please go to our question room now. So how are you on film and television, Barbara?
Well, I watch a fair bit and I've hopefully got a good memory, so just got to get the right questions, I suppose.
Film and television against Tremendous Knowledge Dave. Would you like to go first or second?
I think I'd like to go first, please.
Here we go. Ruth Maddock played a character called Gladys Pugh in which TV sitcom, Barbara? Was it Birds of a Feather, Men Behaving Badly, or Heidi High?
She was the receptionist in Heidi High.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Heidi High. Here we go, Dave. The 1953 film Niagara gave which actress one of her first leading roles? Was it Marilyn Monroe, Katharine Hepburn, or Mae West?
That's Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe is the right answer, Dave. So 1 each. Back to you, Barbara. Who plays the wife of Woody Allen's character Larry Lipton in the 1993 comedy Manhattan Murder Mystery? Is it Louise Lasser, Diane Keaton, or Mia Farrow?
Ooh, I was expecting a different name there. I think Diane Keaton. I think.
You've got it. Well done. Diane Keaton is correct. Well done. Dave, your question. Which TV series, first shown in 1959, often began with the words, "You are traveling through another dimension," a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind? Is that Lost in Space, The Twilight Zone, or The Time Tunnel?
Right, I think it's a bit too early for Lost in Space. Time Tunnel's feasible. I'm going to go with The Twilight Zone.
The Twilight Zone is correct. Barbara, your question. Go for 3 out of 3 here. What did Oliver Postgate and Peter Firmin call their company that created classic children's television programs such as Bagpuss and The Clangers? Is it small films, tiny films, or microfilms?
Ooh. I think it's small films. Hope.
Small films is the correct answer. What excellent play, Barbara. Well done. 3 out of 3. You know your film and television. Tremendous knowledge, Dave. Who directed the films Kronos, Hellboy, and Pan's Labyrinth? Is that Robert Rodriguez, Alexander Payne, or Guillermo del Toro?
I've got to go Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, you've got it right as well, Dave. Well done, Guillermo del Toro. So, good play on film and television from both of you. Sorry, he hasn't made it easy there, has he, Barbara?
No.
So we go to sudden death. Gets a bit harder. I don't give you alternatives. Here we go. The 1998 film U.S. Marshals is a follow-up to which film starring Harrison Ford?
Oh, Lord. Brain's gone completely. Do you know, I can't think of it at all. I haven't got a clue. It's gone.
Take a guess at it.
Oh, I don't know. The Fugitive. I'm going to say The Fugitive. I know that's not.
Your answer is The Fugitive.
Yeah.
It's correct.
You're kidding. Where the hell did that come from?
Where did that come from? That's good. You're a quizzer. That's the answer. Okay, Dave. Adam Chance, played by Tony Adams, was a character in which long-running soap that was first broadcast in 1964?
Crossroads.
Crossroads is correct. Back to you, Barbara. Which actor played the roles of Perry Mason and Ironside on TV?
Raymond Burr.
Raymond Burr is correct. Very good. Okay, Dave. Which journalist and broadcaster born in 1919 presented the television review program Did You See in the 1980s?
1919 born.
Born 1919.
Ludovic Kennedy.
Ludovic Kennedy is the right answer. Tremendous knowledge is named that for a good reason. Yes, he won't let you go. Okay, Barbara. Robert Reed and Florence Henderson were the stars of which US TV sitcom first broadcast in 1969?
Mr. Ed?
Which one?
Mr. Ed.
No, the Brady Bunch. Okay, so Dave, if you get this one right, you will have beaten Barbara. Which 1954 film sees William Holden and Humphrey Bogart competing for the affections of Audrey Hepburn?
That's a good question. Got something coming into my head. Is it totally wrong?
What's the answer?
Oh, I'm under pressure. Sabrina.
Sabrina is the right answer. Dave, you played very well. Barbara, sorry, you very rarely get someone go that far through sudden death without getting a wrong answer on the Egghead side, so bad luck to you. He played well. I'm afraid you've been knocked out, but you did well. Please, both of you, come back, rejoin your teams. So, as it stands, the Underworld have lost one brain from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have not lost any. The next subject is history. Who would like this?
What do you think? History?
I know Robert's good at history. I think Phil's good at history.
Desperately.
Not desperately,
Right,
Robert.
I've been volunteered.
Okay, Robert, it's you against which Eggheads?
Kevin, I think.
Oh, very good.
Why not?
He did. Am I allowed to say this?
Yeah, go
to
on,
mention it?
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, yeah, it was his 2, isn't it?
2.
He's been beaten in history twice recently. And the significance of that is that up until those defeats, he hadn't ever exactly. You watched the program. He'd never been beaten. Oh yeah, he's still as good as ever. But it'll be fun to see you take him on. Robert from the Underworld versus Kevin from the Eggheads on history. And to ensure there's no conferring, please go to the question room. Robert, we're seeing quite a bit of this. Teams taking on the Eggheads on the subjects on which they're strongest. So you've just done that with Kevin.
Yes, it might be a good decision, it may not. We'll find out in a couple of minutes.
We're calling it the frontal assault technique, and it's worked a couple of times, Kevin, hasn't it?
It has, yes. Yeah.
You dislodge Kevin on history, you create complete panic on the Egghead side. That's the desired effect. Okay, Robert, would you like to go first or second?
I will try a second, please.
Here we go, Kevin, with your first question. What nickname was given to the women's branch of the Royal Navy set up in 1917? Is it the Doves, Wrens, or Sparrows?
And that was the origin of the Wrens.
Wrens is correct. Over to you, Robert. In the English examination system, what replaced the higher school certificate in 1951? Is it the 11 plus, GCSEs, or A levels?
I was a bit young in those days, so it's not memory. My thoughts about in Scotland, the lowers are the GCSEs and the highers are A levels, so I'm equivalent. I'm going to go for A levels.
A levels is correct. Kevin, in 865 AD, the Viking leader Ivar the Boneless and his army invaded which part of Britain? Is that East Anglia, Sussex, or Cornwall?
They came in through East Anglia.
East Anglia is correct. Here's your question, Robert. Thoth was one of the more important deities in which ancient civilization's religion? Is it Egyptian, Sumerian, or Mayan?
Many years ago, I floated down the Nile on a holiday, and I think that sounds familiar as one of the gods we heard about in Egypt, so I'll go for the Egyptians.
Egyptian is correct. So we've got some very good quizzes on the challengers side here. Kevin, who was the only monarch whose birth and death both took place at Buckingham Palace? William IV, George III, or Edward VII?
Right, I'll be a little bit careful with this, just in case. I mean, effectively, as the royal residence, Buckingham Palace was taken, it's really with Victoria's reign that begins. I'm just thinking, as Edward VII certainly died at Buckingham Palace. Was he born there? And there wouldn't have been, the other two were too early for Buckingham Palace. So Edward VII.
Edward VII is correct. Okay, Robert, so he's got 3 because you let him go first. You need to get this one or you are out. The First Kandyan War, which began in 1803, saw British forces fighting in which modern-day country? Is it Kenya, Afghanistan, or Sri Lanka?
Could you spell Kandyan?
Of course I can. K-A-N-D-Y-A-N. Kandyan.
I'm pretty sure Kandy is a town in Sri Lanka, so I will go for Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka is correct. Very, very good. Okay, sudden death. We start with Kevin. Sudden death, I don't give you alternative answers, Kevin. Here's your question. What was the first name of Lord Allenby, the soldier who led the Egyptian Expeditionary Force in World War I?
His first name was Edmund.
Edmund is correct. Over to you, Robert. What is the name of the dynasty of rulers of the Magadha state in northeastern India who maintained an empire over the north and parts of central and western India from the early 4th to the late 6th century?
Are we looking at the Mughals? I think that's what I go for, the Mughal Empire.
Mughals, okay. See if Kevin knows this one. Kevin?
Gupta.
Gupta is the answer. So they produced apparently the decimal system of notation and lots of Hindu art. 4th to 6th century, the Gupta. Robert, I'm sorry. Took on a very doughty player though in Kevin, and you have been knocked out. Kevin will be in the final. Please, both of you, rejoin your teams. So as it stands, the Underworld have lost 2 brains from the final round, whilst the Eggheads have not lost any. Bit of a sense of Orpheus's wife slipping away here. Need to turn it round. The next subject is arts and books. Who would like this?
Do you want me to?
I don't fancy it particularly.
Okay, I'll try.
Go for it.
Kathy?
I hope sport and food and drink don't come up. Arts and books.
Which Egghead would you like? You can have Judith or Daphne or Chris.
Daphne, please.
So Kathy versus Daphne, the Underworld versus the Overlord.
Overlady.
Overlady, I'm so sorry. And to ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions in the question room? Okay, arts and books, and Kathy, would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please, Jeremy.
Here we go. Which of these artists did Salvador Dali meet in Paris in 1926? Was it Pablo Picasso, Vincent van Gogh, or El Greco?
Don't think it was El Greco. I think it's Pablo Picasso.
It is indeed Pablo Picasso. Well done. Hi, Daphne. You well today?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, here we go with your question. What is the name of the main character in Thomas Hardy's novel, The Mayor of Casterbridge? Is it Nick Carraway, Edmund Dantes, or Michael Henchard?
It is Michael Henchard.
Michael Henchard is correct. Okay, Kathy. The scent and smoke and sweat of a casino are nauseating at 3 in the morning is the opening sentence of a 1953 novel by which writer? John le Carré, Ian Fleming, or Robert Ludlum?
53. I'm thinking of the word casino, which makes me think about James Bond, and I think I'll go with Ian Fleming.
Is this Casino Royale? It is Casino Royale, and it is Ian Fleming. Well done, Kathy.
Thank you.
Daphne, in which decade was Arthur Miller's play Death of a Salesman first performed on stage? 1920s, 1940s, or 1960s?
I think it was the 1940s.
1940s is right. Well done. Would have been easy to go 60s there, wouldn't it? Okay, 2 each. Kathy, your third question. What is the title of Haruki Murakami's novel published in English in 2011? Is it 1Q84, RUR, or OU812?
2011. I have no idea. This is going to be the worst sort of guess. I think I'll go for IQ84.
Yes, 1Q84, but you've got it
Oh,
right.
right.
You've
Thank
got
you.
it right. Well done. That was a good guess. That's a Daphne-sized guess. She's very good at her guessing. Daphne, your question, if you get this wrong, you'll be out. Which member of the pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood painted the mid-1850s work, The Scapegoat? Is it William Holman Hunt, John Everett Millais, or Dante Gabriel Rossetti?
Oh. I think it's Holman Hunt.
William Holman Hunt is the right answer. 3 points each. They're very tight, these rounds, aren't they? Okay, Kathy, see if you can be the first one through. Sudden death, I don't give you alternatives, so it's a bit harder. What is the English title of the Italian novel Il Gattopardo by Giuseppe Tomasi di Lampedusa?
Gatto, something to do with cat in Italian, I think. Gatto. No, don't know. Can't make even a guess.
See if Daphne knows.
The leopard.
Yeah, the leopard is the right answer. And you say your cat thing was
yeah.
very... You were
Yes.
getting into the right zone
I
there. Daphne, if you get this right, you've taken the round. The subject of which of Keats's odes is addressed as "Thou still unravished bride of quietness, thou foster child of silence and slow time"?
A Grecian urn.
Grecian urn is correct. Kathy, sorry, she has beaten you there. Again, you're taking on these very good fighters, and you won't be in the final round. Both of you come back, rejoin your teammates, and we'll play on. So as it stands, the Underworld have lost 3 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have still not lost a brain, although you've been run close, haven't you?
Very good games.
Very good game. The next subject is geography. Who would like this?
Phil. I think Phil.
Phil.
I don't mind.
Phil. Yes, yeah.
Do you prefer that to general knowledge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Phil the railway man against which Egghead? I think I can guess.
Yes. Chris.
I'll take Chris.
Yes.
Okay, so the 2
Hero.
train spotters.
Railwayman.
Phil from the Underworld versus Chris from the Eggheads. The 2 railwaymen, I'm so sorry. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. So, Phil, you did 35 years on the railway.
I did, yes. Started at King's Cross, ended up in King's Cross.
Was that near where you were, Chris?
I was a fireman at Hornsey in the very early days, yeah.
And then on the tubes?
Yeah, 70 I went on the tube. 83 I packed the tube in, managed to get back on the main line, wound up driving out of Paddington of all places.
And you've got a deep love of the railways, I know, Chris. What about you, Phil?
Oh, yes, I'm an enthusiast.
Phil, would you like to go first or second?
I think I'll go first, please.
OK. Here is your question. What appears in the centre of the Japanese flag? Is it a red disc, a green disc, or a blue disc?
Well, I went to Japan and travelled all over the country by train not long ago, and I think I remember a red disc.
Red disc is the right answer. One of the most recognisable flags in the world, isn't it? OK, Chris, Portugal has a coastline on which ocean? Pacific, Arctic, or Atlantic?
That's the Atlantic, Jeremy.
Atlantic is the right answer. Well done. Back to you, Phil. Quoddy Head State Park, containing the easternmost point of mainland USA, is in which state? Is it Maine, Rhode Island, or Florida?
Well, I don't think it's Florida. I don't know the place. I'm just imagining the map in my head at the moment. I think I'll go for Maine.
You've got it right. Well done. Maine it is. Chris, on to you. Fort-de-France is the capital of which Caribbean island? Is it Martinique, Grenada, or Dominica?
That's Martinique, Jeremy.
No doubt?
Mm-hmm.
Martinique is right. Here we go, back with the underworld. The French village of Carnac in Brittany is renowned for having one of the world's most notable sites for what? Phil, is it bascule bridges, standing stones, or rare trees?
I have an idea it's standing stones.
You've seen them?
No.
You've got it right, though. Well done. 3 out of 3 again. OK, back on Chris. Geography. The kip. Chris, the kip is the official currency of which Asian country? Cambodia, Laos, or Thailand? KIP.
Well, Thailand's the butt. But down to Laos or Cambodia. Cambodia.
Eggheads?
Laos.
Laos, they all say. Chris, you got it wrong. Hey, Phil, you're in the final round. On a question to which the answer was Laos. You played very well indeed. Come back to us, both of you, and we will play that final. So, this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So, Robert, Barbara, and Kathy from the Underworld, and Chris from the Eggheads, would you please now leave the studio? Martin and Phil, you are playing to win the Underworld £4,000. Judith, Kevin, Dave, and Daphne, you're playing for something that money can't buy, the Eggheads' reputation. Now, as usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time the questions are all general knowledge, and you are allowed to confer. So, Martin and Phil, the question is, are your 2 brains able to take on and defeat the Eggheads? 4. And would you like to go first or second?
What do you reckon, first or second? We'll go second.
Here we go with your first question. Which actor had a #2 single in the UK with Under the Boardwalk? Is that Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, or Bruce Willis?
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, that was Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is correct. Wow, couldn't have got that. Would you have got that?
No, I wouldn't.
In which country did the brothers Juan, Josep, and Jordi Roca open their Michelin-starred restaurant in 1986? Is that Belgium, Spain, or Italy?
Spain or Italy?
I wouldn't say Italy.
No. I don't fancy Spain something.
I'd go for Spain.
You'd go for Spain? Right, we're going to go for Spain.
Spain is the right answer. Well done. Eggheads. Epsilon is the German name for which letter of the alphabet? Ypsilon. That's Y-P-S-I-L-O-N. E, J, or Y?
So could you spell it again, Jeremy?
Ypsilon, Y-P-S-I-L-O-N, is the German name for which letter of the alphabet?
Y.
Well, it must be Y, hasn't it?
Ypsilon is Y.
Epsilon,
yeah.
Y. Yes, it's Y.
Y is correct. It's an interesting one, wasn't it?
It sounds like a
Always
Greek
you think
letter.
you're being tricked there to,
Yes.
to
Because
say
there's-
E.
Well, because there's a letter of the Greek alphabet, which is epsilon,
Yes.
which actually is an E.
Ah.
And so
Yes.
you have to be careful about.
Ay, ay. That shows a low cunning.
Yes.
Okay. Your question, Underworld. Which member of the England 1966 World Cup football squad was appointed a Deputy Lieutenant of Northumberland in 1997? Is that Jack Charlton, Gordon Banks, or Nobby Stiles?
It's Northumberland.
Northumberland's got to be
Yeah,
Jack Charlton.
got to be Jack Charlton, surely.
Well, we're going on the basis that it's Northumberland. Jackie Charlton.
Jack Charlton is quite right. Well done, 2 each. Tight contest this all the way through as well. Okay, Eggheads, your third question, which can be crucial. In the medieval verse relating to falconry, which begins an eagle for an emperor, which bird of prey was suitable for a lady? Is it sparrowhawk, kestrel, or merlin?
Merlin's traditionally a lady's. Kestrel is for a knave. Yes.
Yeah.
Merlin is traditionally woman, ladies'
Cat.
falcon. Yeah, Merlin.
Yeah.
That's a Merlin.
Merlin is the right answer. Playing in a very sure-footed way, aren't they? But
There you go.
got to get this one right. Because you let them go first, you must get this one. Otherwise, the contest is over. Which lawyer wrote the book Reversal of Fortune about the successful appeal and subsequent acquittal of Klaus von Bülow? Is that Alan Dershowitz, Johnny Cochran, or Robert Kardashian?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
I think we're struggling on this one.
I
Fancy the
just
first
don't
one,
know.
really. And so,
I'd go for Robert Kardashian, but I don't know.
would you?
I really don't know.
Robert Kardashian. I fancy Dershowitz. You want to go for Robert Kardashian?
Go on.
We'll go for Robert Kardashian.
I'm afraid to say the answer is Alan Dershowitz. It was there, but then you moved away.
Yes.
So we have to say congratulations, Eggheads. You have won. All right, well, bad luck to you. Commiserations to the Underworld. Hope you enjoyed playing. You
Yes.
played very
Had a
well.
great
Sorry,
time.
the 3 customers at the back there ran very tight rounds. It's a shame you didn't get more in the final. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them, and they still reign supreme over Quizland. Does mean you won't be going home with the £4,000, so the money rolls over to our next show. Eggheads, congratulations. Who will beat you? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. £5,000 says they don't. Till then, goodbye.
Through Suffolk and Essex to discover orchards and oysters, Michael Portillo takes the train next on BBC Two. Then they're taking on the Great Interior Design Challenge in Suburbia in half an hour, followed by the doctors and nurses caring for the UK's sickest children in a new series, Children's Emergency Rescue, at 8.